Hello?
Hey, how are you?
What's going on?
Not too much. How about you?
Still here.
Yeah.
Stuck indoors
That's
still a little more.
that's all we can say.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I think both
Surviving.
you and I were kind of in the same situation when it comes to COVID.
Yeah, kind of hunkering down a little bit, I still am. I mean, obviously the weather's getting nicer so you can go outside and stuff like that. It's good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in the Boston area, so every time I pass through like Harvard, um, you just see so many young people getting together, enjoying the weather. We're
Yeah.
just tired of, being inside.
Yeah. I hear ya. What's going on musically there? Anything?
Not yet. No, I last I checked, I think sometime in June is when they're gonna
Oh,
start
okay.
slowly opening music venues.
See how that goes.
Yeah, I know. Because I
Yeah.
know I was talking to some friends in the South, and it seems like they're just reopening things right now.
Yeah, they have been. I know, like Oklahoma or one of those states. One of my fans from, and she's been going concerts this whole time. Actually, I'm like, I don't know about that
Yeah,
personally, but
as
that
much as
that's
we want
cool.
music, it's
Yeah,
a little too soon.
yeah, but those are like small clubs and stuff. I don't. You won't
Yeah.
see big concerts until next year,
Oh
if
yeah.
anything.
I'm kind of curious to see how these festival announcements are actually going to happen, if
Yeah,
that's actually going to take place or not.
the big one in October, right, or September, one of them.
Yeah, there's quite a few that I've
Yeah,
been seeing. I forget the name, but there's like a couple rock music festivals, and
yeah.
it's great. I keep saying Limp Bizkit's name everywhere. I'm like, are they still relevant?
Yeah, they're coming back with the vengeance.
It seems like, yeah, it seems like the 90s are, it's just coming back. Everyone's
Yeah.
nostalgic for the 90s.
Every 30 years, I think. It's like once you hit the 30-year point, then stuff comes back.
Yeah.
But I won't be playing out till probably next year anyway, so but I'm online. Anybody who likes online stuff, I play a lot on either Facebook Live or stageit.com.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that
That's
seems to be
cool.
working pretty well. Like
Yeah.
some of the stages stuff has been working out where it's like it used to take me like 2 gigs to make some of the money up, and then playing online for 45 minutes, I'm like, okay, I like that a lot better.
Yeah, it's good to have, technology there when you need it to
Yeah,
stay
and the fans are
connected.
right there too, so you can actually talk with them, which is
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, want to talk to you about your latest music,
Yeah.
which you self-produced. That's amazing.
I do, yeah. The whole last Bring On the Fear CD or whatever. So it's Bring On the Fear EP and Set Me Free EP. I did both of those, except for one song. Brian Craddock from Daughtry produced the one song. And the rest I did pretty much here, all in studio. I outsourced the drums and stuff like that. But it's heavier. It's definitely heavier than the first two
Yeah.
EPs. I didn't plan it that way.
It just happened that way.
Yeah, it just happened. I mean, I'm a fan of all that stuff. I'm a fan of, from Scott Stapp to Metallica to Godsmack and Drowning Pool, you know.
Everything in between.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's definitely a modern rock sound, but you can definitely hear, elements of, classic rock mixed in there.
Yeah, I want to bring that out a little bit more, I think, in this EP coming up. So I have a single releasing called Fire of Love, and that's going to be June 25th. And that's going to be off an EP. That song, you can definitely hear the classic rock elements. And the way I'm going to set it up is, you know how they used to have like an A side and a B side,
Oh,
that
yeah.
sort of thing. So there's 6 songs. There's an instrumental that starts the F side, not the A side, the F side. And then the P side starts the instrumental and the other 2 songs. So I'm going to
Oh,
have
wow.
like I just figure I use my initials instead of AB.
Nice. Yeah,
Kind of
nice.
neat. So
That's clever.
there's those 6 songs off of that, 2 instrumentals, and almost every song has a different drummer. I drum on it. Robin Diaz from Candlebox, and he's in Hole, and he was in Daughtry a couple years. And Lester from Kelly Clarkson's back. He used to be in Pillar, rock band Pillar. I've been working with him, I don't know, almost since 2013. So I guess almost, you know,
Oh.
8 years or something now.
Yeah, so you guys probably know each other pretty well at this point.
Musically, yeah, yeah. He's like extremely busy with Kelly Clarkson, so I mean, he plays on her TV show too, so he's always
Oh
doing
yeah.
that. But he is a metal drummer, true at heart. Like he can play anything. He does country, he does everything. Um, the other guy's Brandon Macklin. He's Daughtry's new drummer. I actually met him when I seen Brian backstage for a concert or something like that, and he goes, "Yeah, this is our new drummer." So I met him, and I go, "Maybe we can do something, man."
Well, that's really cool. So you got some talented people working with you.
Yeah, you know, I prefer that for drums because then you get their character added to the song. You know what I mean? Rather than just 100% me. The instrumentals are 100% me because that's kind of the way I wrote them originally. And their songs, the first song, Injection, actually was written 20 years ago. And my high school band was called Lethal Injection with two N's at
Oh wow.
the end, which some metal band actually copied that, and they're actually doing pretty well with two N's
Oh, they
at the end of
they
it.
stole it from you?
Yeah, they stole it from me. I was the first one, though, because I did SoundClick or whatever way back when.
Oh, I remember. Oh,
And
thank you for reminding me. I've been trying to remember that website for the longest time.
oh yeah, I still use it. I still update it.
SoundClick.
Yeah, it's still cool.
I
You know,
remember it
besides
had the word
Reverb.
sound in it, but I couldn't remember the second word.
Yeah, there used to be like Exania or something before then too that you could do. I remember, but anyways, that instrumental because it stuck with me so many years. I've done so many versions of it demo wise. I'm like, all right, I think I'm just gonna do the drums. I'll do everything else and go from there. And then you have the other instrumentals called the Frank Tro. So it's kind of a joke because every time I played live with whatever drummer, it would be like the Greg Tro, the Ron Tro, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's kind of a neat nod. So I did the Frank Tro for the record.
Yeah, that has like a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of they're gonna be like, what is this? It's a minute and 20-second hard rock kind of opener.
I dig that.
It's cool. And then the other one's like 2 minutes and 30 something seconds. So you got those and you got the regular songs. And the two with Robin, the reason why I did A and B is because the new one, it has a different flair. Like you listen to the first three songs and it's this, and then it kind of changes. You know what I mean? So it's interesting.
It seems like you've been keeping busy though. No downtime during this pandemic.
Trying to, yeah. I mean, I teach guitar lessons. I mix. I've been recording, working with some other people. I've been getting into interviews. That started out of
Oh
boredom.
yeah, I saw that. Nice.
So a lot of fun because talking to people from American Idol and The Voice and local artists, and so it's weird now. Anytime I see like somebody send me an email, like a band press release, I kind of used to ignore them because I'm like, you know, I'm just an artist. I'm not going to read through all this stuff, you know. But now I kind of check it out, and then if I hear one I like, I say, hey man, you wanna do an interview?
Yeah, I mean, there's no lack of talent out there, and it
Yeah.
seems like it's so overwhelming sometimes. Seeing like how much music is out there, and it's like
It is. You gotta
but at
sift
the
through
same
it.
time, it's like it's cool to come across something new, and when you actually dig it, it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah. I don't know how you choose artists like that you like to interview, but it's not the easy. I'm getting into it now a little bit. I'm like, it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah, it's like you have to kind of because you only have so many hours in the day, and it's like
Yeah.
so many to go through. It's I guess the ones that really stand out to you the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really-
Maybe the style that you like. And
Yeah.
every once in a while I'm like this where it's like it's not my style at all, but I really like her voice or something like that. And then
Yeah,
that'll bring you in.
yeah, because it seems like metalcore. I think it's metalcore, where they had those screamo vocals.
Yeah.
I've never really gotten into that, but there's parts of the songs when they're not doing that that I really dig. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it just took out that the scream of
Yeah,
vocals.
let's take that out, man.
It would be
Like
perfect.
instrumentally wise, I listen to a lot of that stuff, and that's where I got my drum inspiration from, was the metalcore stuff. And I'm like, I don't drum that way, but it's they're some of the best. Like I don't even know how they do that. You know what I mean? They just have to keep. I don't know.
I know.
It's but there. I remember there was a local firehouse when I was like a teenager, and they'd have those metal hardcore shows with some kind of sketchy people. But I would sit next to the drummer away from everybody because they'd all mosh and I don't know, do freaky things. So I would just kind of zero in on the drummer and just watch him play, because I'm like, it's a style that, you know, you talk about like Avenged Sevenfold. You know, he's got some of that style of that in there from those bands, I could tell.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta admire like the musicianship. Like even if that's not your main genre that you appreciate, you can still, I don't know, admire their their ability to play.
Yeah, or
It's
you fall in love with a
skill.
tone sometimes. Like I love the tone of his, I don't know, acoustic, you know, or something like that, and that's cool for that song, you know. Or I'm trying to think of the artist, not John Mayer, but the other kid. He uses, oh, he's a guy now, but he uses, you know, looper pedal and stuff.
Huh.
He's famous. I can't think of his name, but he's got a cool acoustic sound. I don't really like his songs, but his acoustic sounds cool.
Hmm. Has he been around for a while?
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, that guy.
I know people be like, how dare you say that? I don't care for it, but I do like his acoustic sound, how he does it live with just himself, basically, you know?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's kind of, yeah, I remember when he first came out on the scene, he was more acoustic, but now he's kind of gone the pop route,
Has he? Yeah. I guess that's what they all fall into.
the mainstream trap.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
They need to change that, folks out there listening. Change it.
Yes, remain true to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I mean, I would be cool with doing like one song or something that way, but not like this is me from now on, that sort of thing. Yeah, no.
What do you think of bands doing rock covers of pop songs? Because I just saw there was, I forget the name of the band, but they just covered Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of bands who do that, or do you feel like they're doing it for, you know, for
I think
views?
they just do it. They just do it to do it, because my experience with it is, so when Adele came out with Rolling in the Deep, it was kind of that same situation, right? And there's some rock band that did a rock version that was really cool. In my experience, I say the only reason why I covered that song is because I did like it, but when I learned it, I realized, well, if this band can do a rock version of it and it's current and all that, when I play my acoustic gigs out at whatever restaurant or whatever, they're gonna know that song a lot more than trying to think. Not Oasis, but one of the '90s kind of, because I covered a lot of '90s stuff back then, and there was some of it that were like one-hit wonders, and like I would cover an off track of Pearl Jam that nobody really knew, you know, that sort of thing. So my experience, I have to admit, I just learned it just so people listening at a crowd or something like that would say, I know that song. That's a cool, you know, you did something cool with
like
it, or that sucks.
No, I
Either
think
way.
it's kind of cool because sometimes I listen to these songs that are big hits on pop radio, and I'm like, if they just made it into a song that had real instruments, I'd probably love it even more.
Yeah. I always say I love Michael Jackson. A lot of his stuff is real. Some of it's programmed, but it is real. And I say that at the very least, if they got real drums with a real drummer that can do it, because there's ones out there that can do it. They can play like a drum machine, like no problem. That would give it that realistic quality. It's I can tell you, maybe it's because a lot of them just sing. So when you just sing and you have no connection to the instruments, you can sing to a track live. And that's kind of what they've done since, I don't know, J-Lo days and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just to a track a lot of times.
Yeah, it's like a lot of these songs, they just have like a generic snap repeated over and over again, and then
same sounds.
Some loop. It's like there's no emotion or soul in this song.
Yeah, it's just 4/4 time.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you could go into a 3/4 time thing and still have that, or like do da 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 da, something different. Still got a beat. It's funny you bring that up though, because I'm like, the next song after this project, I would like to do a because the 70s had a lot of that groove beat, and a lot of it didn't change. And I'm like, it's not pop. I don't want to do it so it turns out pop, but I want that, like Another One Bites of Dust, that poster you got.
Yes.
The back.
I love
you know
that
how
song.
it repeats a lot, but it has that groove. Something like that. I go, something like that. I just think people would dig it nowadays.
Yeah, because Another One Bites the Dust, what really captures you for that song is the bass line.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of even We Will Rock, there is not a lot of guitar in the music, in the mainstream songs. It's drums.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts anyways. I think it'd be kind of cool.
No, definitely. If it's done right, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Even alt rock has that, where you hear like a real distorted bass or guitar, and they're literally just playing on the E and the A string. And then maybe the chorus, they'll hit the power chords, but you know how it's like crunchy and it's got a beat going, and but harder, but hard rock, you know,
harder.
Yeah, harder.
Kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers, or a little bit different.
Yeah, something like that maybe, because they kind of have that beat thing going on, but bring it into more of Godsmack Metallica realm.
Oh yeah.
3 Days Grace.
That'd be cool.
Maybe something like that. My thoughts. That's what I'm grooving.
I'm sure you like to explore with your music, and rather than just kind of do the same.
Yeah, I do a little bit. Yeah, I do a little bit. Honestly, I haven't as much though over the past 4 EPs. I have with the singles. I've kind of gone off. I've done the Halloween soundtrack, or the score. I've done Escape from New York, Terminator, and then I've done like Acoustic Johnny Cash and Purple Haze.
Oh, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, so we got a playthrough coming out of Purple Haze. I did a playthrough for Set Me Free. I kind of got the idea from Daughtry. They did a video where they're all playing together in COVID in their own spaces, and I was like, "That's cool."
I've seen quite a few of those. Those are really cool, how they sync it up like that.
Yeah. It inspired me. I was like, I think we should do that. We should do something like that. So I have a Purple Haze one of my version coming out. So this kid from the UK, his name's Henry. He's 13, and he's like some young prodigy drummer. He's got like 100,000 subscribers on everything. And his dad contacted me, and so we're doing that song with him for the playthrough.
Oh, that's nice.
And I was surprised, because I was expecting him, like, he's probably not going to be on, you know, for most of the song. It's like his age and stuff. But I was very, very surprised. There's
a lot of young talent out there. Have you heard of Nandy, the girl from, I think she's from Australia?
No. Drummer?
Yeah, well, she started off with drums, but now she's learned guitar, bass. Now she's trying to learn saxophone.
Oh, okay.
But she did a song with Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Really?
And she's, I think, 12 or 13.
Wow. Now that's a dude I'd like to do a song with.
Yeah.
He's cool.
I know. He seems like such a down-to-earth guy, despite, you know, being in these mega bands.
Yeah. He's still got the grunge roots. Never went away, I would say. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. What would you say is like your favorite concert you ever attended?
Not played or played?
Like you went to as a fan.
Definitely Metallica a couple years
Oh,
ago.
that'd be
I
awesome.
seen them at a stadium. It was my first stadium show ever. It was Avenged Sevenfold and Volbeat opened up for them, and I couldn't believe, because I figured a venue that big, there's no way you could get the sound right because of all the reverberation and, depending where you are. So I was like, here's the stage. I was sitting kind of close, but I was in the bleachers or whatever over on this side. So because technically, you got to be in the middle somewhere or whatever to get the best sound. But I was so surprised that I'm like, I could just hear, it sounded just like the record.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like the new stuff. I was like, oh, this is cool.
I haven't seen them live yet, but that would be a
yeah.
dream for me to see them live.
Well, I noticed a difference because I seen them the second time in a indoor arena and didn't have the same sound. It actually, to me, it sounded worse. Arenas most of the time don't sound as good to me.
That's why, yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, I like kind of like the outdoor stuff better, or stadium, or the small clubs. Sometimes you can hear it more better because they're not blasting it for volume's sake.
Yeah, I actually saw I think it was 2015 maybe. I saw Def Leppard at an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
And yeah, the sound was so incredible. It was perfect.
Yeah, they were good. They were I think they were better recently, like when you seen them, than was it like 10, 15 years ago when they toured with Journey again. The Journey was better than them. I didn't really care for them, and I love Def Leppard, but then I seen them when you did, and they were a lot better. And then Journey was kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these bands are still touring, because I guess that's where they make a lot of their money these days, is concert sales.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing over COVID, I thought maybe the industry or more people would work on is how do we sell the record again? How do we sell the song? I don't, it doesn't mean CD. It means the actual product itself. You know what I mean? And that's what they used to do. And they did very well. But now everybody, I mean, unless you're like Pink or somebody, you don't do, that great. You know what I mean? They used to sell, I don't know, 500,000 records, and I can't remember. Every band in the 80s when they were signing every single band, it was like, we'll guarantee you 500,000, records sold or whatever. And I don't know. I think they missed the boat on that. It's all about the well, what are your likes on your social media page? I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
I know. I know everything is like looking at subscribers or likes or everything's about social media.
You can have a huge or bigger audience, say on YouTube, than any social media platform. It doesn't mean you don't have any fans. It just means, I don't know, they just subscribe to all the YouTube instead of Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, plus a lot of people, I know a lot of people who decide to quit social media for whatever reasons. You know? So
it gets to everybody. It does. I do, when I wake up now, I do 2 hours almost of it. Just from because I'm on like all of them. So I'm trying to do a post for each one. Then I do messages and I try to figure out what's going on. And then you got to set the posts up right. You can't just like post a picture and call it a day.
Yeah.
You always have to, title it right and use the hashtags and and then send it around and then get your other profiles to do the same thing. And then
it's a lot of work.
It is. And it's a lot of times, that's why I don't do it every day, but I try to post maybe 3-4 times a week with all the other stuff. But that's the other problem, is there's those algorithms and what they want you to do.
I hate those algorithms. Ugh.
Is it just me? Like comment, anybody watching this, comment, is Facebook dead? And is it just me?
I feel like it is, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I swear I post stuff and I get the same 3 people, like, but it says, oh, it says, yeah, you know, 1,000 or two seen it. But I'm like, well, there's no.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook is dead because it seems like they're trying to make you pay for people to interact with your stuff.
Yeah, that's the key. They want paid for each post.
I know.
Yeah, and Instagram's fallen in that a little bit.
Well, doesn't Facebook own Instagram now?
Yeah.
So I feel like Instagram is starting to go, like you said, the same route.
Yep. And for the average person, here's my thing. You know, you get 1,000 people following you. All 1,000 people decided to follow you. They should see your posts.
Exactly.
It should not decide of only 20% of that audience should see this because they don't like sweaters or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we need a new platform for music fans.
Yeah, that shows it to all of your followers.
Yeah.
All of it. I agree.
So someone needs to come up with that.
I'm not a tech guy that way. There's no way. No way. Mm-mm.
But what else should people be on the lookout for from you?
If you want, head over to YouTube. I got some videos on Vivo I released. I have another music video for Dead Man from Bring On the Fear coming out, and there's no release date or anything yet. So basically, this guy's making a scarecrow horror movie. And I'm gonna film my part, and then we're gonna edit in parts of the movie in between the music video. So I was like, that's cool. I'll do that as my final video for that EP, even though the new song will be out, and go from there. So there's that, and new song Fire Love. Again, that's June 25th. It'll be pre-ordered May 28th, so that you can get it with the ringtone. Pre-save it on Spotify and iTunes, and probably some more film stuff too. Yeah, I'll probably dive into maybe a couple more fan film type stuff. And then I don't know. I've been wanting to do soundtracks. I want to get into movie music.
I was gonna say I feel like you would be good on soundtracks, or like you know, Cobra Kai has like all those 80s music. I feel like your music would be good in like a Netflix TV series.
I know. I say that all the time. I tell the my licensing people, I go, there's those TV shows and songs, and you know, the MMA, the wrestling, the sporting ones, the dirt bike. There's a lot of stuff. I go, they all use those songs. Let's do it. You know,
they need to make that happen.
Yeah. So we'll see, but yeah, I agree. They use the bass line of. They usually don't use the vocals, but that's cool. You know, it's a lot of people. It's funny. A lot of people don't get to hear my music without the vocals, and I almost feel like musically, without the vocals, it's just as good. Like I can myself listen to it for I don't know how many times mixing it and stuff, and I'm like, man, yeah,
still
it's
gets
like,
you amped up.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I don't even want to add the vocals. You know what I mean? So it's cool. I mean, I've never heard a band do that, but maybe I'll release just an all instrumental version of the same songs.
That'd be cool.
And they can karaoke it, send me videos.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or like film themselves doing something like riding a motorcycle.
Driving these lines. Don't crash now.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be cool. It's a cool idea.
Definitely. Well, Frank, I really appreciate your time, and you know, I really hope to see you live.
Someday. I know you're trying to get me to Massachusetts one day, and I was so close before this too. We were talking about stuff
I know. I think the scheduling was off by a couple days or something.
Yeah. And some guy was, I don't think it was you. Some other guy was trying to get me towards. It's like the New York end of Boston that kind of meets, or Massachusetts, and yeah, COVID happened.
Oh no.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep. It was a Judas Priest thing, I remember.
Was it in Worcester or somewhere more south?
More near, as if you're going towards New York City somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was in New York or New Jersey, but the board, it was like everything that's bordered. You know, Massachusetts was like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something like that.
Oh, man.
I don't know the area great, but I always, every time it says like, oh, you want to play somewhere, I get my Google Maps right out and say, how long, where is it near? You know what I mean? Is it 5 hours? I don't know how to do that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just too much.
Yeah. But
it'll happen one day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really talk about like the shows as much now because of COVID, but acoustically, it's way easier to do that.
Yeah, don't have to lug everything with you.
No, yeah, that's a pain. Drummers and all that stuff. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I've been wanting to talk to you actually for a while. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we made it happen. We'll have to chat again soon.
Definitely. We'll do something once the EP should be out this fall. So maybe we can do something over the summer to fall and do something here. And shoot, I was got to say something. I forgot. I hate that when it happens.
I know, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask you personally. I can't remember.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
All righty then.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. Thanks, folks, for tuning in. Find me, frankpalangi.com, all right? And I'll see you soon.